Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the DeFi enthusiast here. Welcome to the channel, guys. I hope you're all doing well. So, recent updates in the crypto market. Ethereum ETF approved, so why aren't we rich yet? This is an article from Cointelegraph, and I gave an analysis to my followers on Twitter as well, and I will share that with you. But of course, I'll just state it out. But the reason I'm going to share the status is because there's a little bit of an freebie alpha for you guys. For more alpha, join the Patreon, of course. With that said, so why haven't we pumped it? What's going on, guys? Basically, if you think about it, the right now the SEC, they approved the ETFs. The ETFs haven't really launched, okay? And in my opinion, you see, the problem with crypto investors is that they're emotional, okay? So they always act on their emotions. We're going to the moon, this is happening, that is happening. Yes, we will get there. But the thing that you have to realize is that the big players, the big whales, okay, these investors, these huge companies with a lot of money, they're not your friends, okay? You're supposed to follow what they're doing, but they will act against you whenever they get a chance to, because they don't want you to be making money. They want to be making more money. But if you can catch the patterns that they're playing in, that is when you can make a lot of money. Or you invest in solid, fundamentally strong altcoins. Be patient, be super patient, and when the cycle runs up, you start making gains. That's one way. The other way is in trades, you keep following what the whales are doing. So right now, I think you have to realize this. The whales have been manipulating this game for a long time, and we'll get into this, but let's just read this article. So there could be two main reasons why the price of Ether has barely moved despite the landmark approval of spot Ether exchange traded funds, ETFs, in the United States. On May 23rd, the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, approved 8 spot Ethereum ETFs to be listed on their respective exchanges. Ether fell 3.4% just before the news, recovering by around 5% shortly, after ETH is trading at $3,806 at the time of writing. Crypto commentator Zach Ronins argues that the lack of movement reflects the notion that everyone who wanted to buy the approval already did. Ether had already surged 29% over the past week after reports suggested the SEC may have pivoted its stance towards ETF approvals. Ronins, I hope I'm pronouncing the name correctly, and many others also note that while the ETFs have been approved, they still haven't been cleared to launch. That will require an approved S1 filing, which is a comprehensive document including details on the firm's financials and risk profile, as well as the securities they intend to offer. Van Eck has just sent its amended S1 filing to the SEC, and analysts have been saying it could take weeks to months for the S1 approvals. So there we go. There you begin with the whole drama again. When exactly will they launch, and this and that, and there's going to be a whole bunch of speculation on here. So you gotta learn to read between the lines, guys. Okay, that's very important. Don't take everything at face value. See what's actually going on, and I'll break it down for you in very simple words once we're done. Reading this. Ronins, whatever the name, believes the next major price force for Ether will be ETF inflows once they begin trading. ETFs haven't actually launched yet, so new capital inflow is still to come, Ronins wrote. With crypto research firm Second Mountain echoing a similar sentiment. Exactly. Expect a massive capital inflow in the first week, potentially reaching billions. Second Mountain stated in a May 23rd Twitter post just before the SEC approved the ETFs. X is Twitter. If you're living under a rock, now you know. However, some may say it might not immediately lead to an upward trend. Of course not. Duh. Always the drama, Bitcoin's price dropped 15% after spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved for trading on January 10th, according to CoinMarketCap data. It took 30 days for the price to spike 30% to $51,870. There are also lingering concerns about Grayscale's announcement of its plans to convert its Grayscale Ethereum Trust into a spot Ether ETF could result in significant outflows similar to Grayscale. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust GBTC after the approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in January. Grayscale also refiled the ETH registration they'd withdrawn. Remember GBTC outflows? There we go. Now it's 11 billion plus Ethereum that's been trapped for 7 years. And these crypto traders, Row Rider warned in a May 23rd X post. So since spot Bitcoin ETFs started trading on January 11, GBTC has shedded a total of 17.6 billion in assets per Farsight data. Relax, Ether is still undervalued, say Maxis. ETH is stupidly undervalued, added independent Ethereum educator Sassel, arguing the market had only 3 days to price in the ETF approval. Meanwhile, Bitcoin at $69,310 stumbled slightly by 1.2% to $67,362 following the announcement, but has since recovered to $67,706 at the time of writing. Around the time, Pepe hit another new all-time high, reaching 0.0001531, a 5% increase within the hour following the approval news. So guys, long story short is, okay, if I had to break this down, as always, look, while the approval has already occurred, the launch hasn't taken place yet, and at the same time, the big whales, the big money, they want Ethereum at a cheaper price, so they're probably going to, bring the price down first, maybe to around 3,000 or 2,900, something like that, and then we'll see some pump. Okay, because they want a better entry. Keep in mind, guys, the whales have been manipulating this market way before spot ETFs or any ETFs were in the picture, or whether it was announced that institutions were in crypto. They have been in crypto since 2017, 2016. Actually, they're officially in crypto now. Does that make sense? So now that they're officially in, which you guys so badly wanted, okay, they have complete authority, complete freedom to manipulate this market at their will. Congratulations. You dreamt of it, and this dream has become now your nightmare, which is why everything is taking so long. Which is why we saw Bitcoin hit a new all-time high way earlier in the cycle, as it was it didn't repeat that pattern. Usually it's after the halving it pumps, but it pumped before that. But you see, the truth is, the whales will they will need to make more money, and in order for that, they need to get retail in. And in order to get retail in, and these are not people like you and me that can take big risks, even though we might be part of retail in some ways or in one way or another, because we're not institutions, right? However, we do follow the movements of institutions, and so we can make better judgments, better decisions. But even then, we falter. But these are normal people. For them, a 5x is a dream come true, a 10x is a dream come true, a 2x is a dream come true. I'm talking about those guys, and those guys, who literally, take a risk on their capital and are really worried about it all the time. Those are the investors they need to pull in to really see an uptick in the market, a real surge. And for that to happen, you need a stable altcoin market that is growing. Not what's happening right now. Right now, there's a whole meme coin mania going on. Don't get me wrong, people are becoming millionaires, but they're becoming billionaires to a complete gambling strategy and with no fundamentals behind it. And that is super dangerous, okay? Not for the people who've made money, but for newcomers. And you think these retail investors that worry about their $10, $100, and $1,000 or $3,000, do you think they're gonna be bothered with the meme coin mania? No, unless they're addictive gamblers, then no. And chances are a lot of them are not. A lot of them are family people. A lot of them are people that are trying to break free from the 9 to 5. A lot of them are those type of people. So they're looking for altcoins. They're going to be looking towards altcoin gains. Where there are strong fundamentals. So that is the market that the whales would really need to manipulate, or really need to pump, or really need to bring money inflow into, and that's going to happen in due time. It's going to take some time, but it's going to happen, and that's where the gains are going to be made for these type of people, and for them to have the confidence to come into this market. Okay, that's really where it's at. So coming to some of the altcoins, things that I mentioned, they're at huge discounts. For example, Sapphire Protocol. Currently, it's right now at $4.81. I gave this at $1.70. And then I gave it again at $2, and it went all the way to $50. And then, it went up way too quickly to $50. And then what happened is, long story short, there was a group of people, that weren't linked to Zeph. They made something called Zephyr Swap, and they wanted complete control of that without any of the Zeph team being involved in the project, and that's why the Zeph team didn't promote it, and a lot of people thought that it was linked to Zeph, and then, there weren't many updates coming up, and there was a lot of silence, and, people started to sell off, and this and that, and then miners started to sell off, and there was a huge price correction, I would say. It wasn't sudden. It took time. It took months. It took about 6 months, but it happened. But then, the team cleared out the FUD. They said they had no link with Zephyr Swap. Actually, they supported the project as a community-driven project. But since they weren't getting any of, any control over it, they didn't really want to, push it too much. And, that was a wise decision because the people that created it decided to turn against the team of Zeph. So anyway, Zeph is developing now. They made a very long post. Very, very long post. I posted something on Twitter about that as well. You guys can check it out if you want to. And I think overall, when the privacy narrative takes off again, we'll see Zeph, start to go up again. But the protocol worked. Despite all the price decline it did, ZSD stayed stable overall. So that means under the most gruesome conditions, ZSD did not really depeg. It stayed, it stayed around $1, and that's really impressive. And that shows that the protocol works. So Zeph is a huge opportunity, guys. Once the privacy narrative is going to be strong, and there will be a privacy narrative. There'll have to be, because the amount of control that these people want, these psychopaths that control the world, they want is disgusting. Okay, and they really want to control your money. And the reason why they want to launch CBDCs is because they want to control your cashing out process. So you're cashing out into their programming money. So that means they can have control over your money. That is where privacy coins are going to shine. Okay, and they can try and stifle and they can try and stop technology, but they can never really end it. You know what I mean? So things like Zeph are a necessary need for that sort of environment, whether anybody likes it or not. So I do believe that it still has a future. So if you never got in the first time, it's an opportunity right now. Please do your own research, look into it. Definitely something that could take off. Another one that has had some correction is Nuco Cloud. I gave this at 2 cents and 3 cents, guys. It went all the way up to, like, if I remember correctly, it went, 3 years ago, yes, but wait, that makes no sense. Yeah, actually, yes. It went 3 years ago at $1.60, but, just a few months ago, it went all the way up to $1.55 or 58 cents. And now it's sort of had a correction. Now, Nuco Cloud is a great, AI-based project. I did a very extensive post on it. I gave it at around 2 or 3 cents. So people made a lot of money on it, and it still is only at a 26 million market cap. It's officially backed by the German government. So go figure, guys. Officially backed by the German government. Can you believe that? Officially. That's how big this thing is. They got a grant from the German government, and they had a redesign. They had everything refigured. A new website, and I think it's really, really impressive, guys. Because they're honing on the AI narrative. See, the world's first decentralized mesh hyperscale. And enabling tomorrow's tech with scalable, sustainable computing power and up to a 90% cost reduction. So think of it something like Render, but like it's covering the DeepIn area. It's also covering the AI, the AI sector as well, and video rendering. So it's doing all of those things, and extremely undervalued. They have a whole roadmap up until 2026 now, they're only getting started, guys. See? Backed by the German government. Can't believe people are sleeping on this. And I gave it super early. But, you still have a chance. I mean, look at the market. The market cap is still not a lot, to be honest with you. 26 million is nothing, guys. So a lot of growth here, a lot of potential here, once the AI narrative takes a strong movement ahead, it could easily do in the midterm about 10 to 20x. Could do 40, 50x from here as well. It's possible. And of course, don't take my word for it. Do your own research. But yeah, I gave it super early. People made a lot of money, and you can still make a lot of money on this. But yeah, all these altcoins aren't doing as well as they should because there's a meme coin mania going on right now. So which one do I recommend at the moment? I mean, usually I used to avoid meme coins, but if anybody is not paying attention, has anyone heard of Linea, guys? It's literally integrated into your MetaMask, and Linea's founder was second in command for the development of this little project called Ethereum. Now, who is that? Joseph Lubin. Look him up, okay? That guy was second in command, not Dr. Gavin Wood, but Joseph Lubin. He was a second in command, okay? And Linea has a lot of money behind it. Once he turns the green light on, there's going to be a lot of liquidity coming into the Linea ecosystem. So, I gave like 3 altcoin gems on my Patreon, but one of them I gave for free. And I'm going to leave a link to my tweet where I gave it for free. It's right here. And if you can see it quickly, cool, congratulations. But yeah, I'll still give it to you here. It's called Linda, the Lovable Dog of Linea. And so Linda is a cute lovable dog. And Linda is committed to the increased engagement. So before Linea, there was Linda, okay, guys? And Linda is Joseph Lubin's dog. And that's where the name Linea was inspired from. So, that's the narrative here. It's got a great community. It's got a pretty decent market cap at the moment. And I think it's got everything going for it. This one, once, people are going to start noticing what's going on here, I think a lot of money is going to start coming into this one as well. And I think that's going to be really, really impressive, guys. So yeah, Linda the dog, and then there are these 2 other ones that I gave. You need to go to my Patreon to get access to them. I think those ones are gonna do really, really well too. I mean, we could, not kidding, we could see 100 to 1,000x on each of those potentially, and see 4.60 million market cap. So at the moment, still a lot of growth potential here, guys. You see what Pepe has done. You see what those things have done. This ecosystem hasn't even pumped yet. So many people are sleeping on Linea. Literally backed by consensus. The people who made MetaMask, consensus backed by Joseph Lubin. Joseph Lubin, second in command behind the development of Ethereum, along with Vitalik Buterin. What's not to be bullish on? Come on, guys, think about it. Okay. So very, very important, guys. And I'm going to be posting another gaming coin, which I'm bullish on my Patreon. So you might want to subscribe. It's only going to cost you a price of 1 lunch in the month. So I'm going to try to be as regular as I can, guys, because honestly, for me, it's all about quality over quantity. I don't want to give you guys a lot of junk, so which is why I don't do regular videos. So please, 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 if you like what I'm doing, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and turn the bell notification, and please share the channel as well. And I'm going to leave a link to my tweet where you can get the contract and everything for Linda and all the information. And I'll see you guys really soon, guys. So this is me, the DeFi enthusiast, signing out. I hope that you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are, guys. Take care.